So let's get over to our hotline question today.
Hey, John. My name's Lauren. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I want to know what you think about this. Taylor Swift recently broke even more records when the pre-sale for her upcoming tour broke Ticketmaster's system. They said that if the amount of people who wanted tickets for her show were to actually get tickets, she would have to play 900 shows to satisfy the amount of fans who wanted to see her. With the news of her directing her first feature film coming out, I want to know what you think realistically the box office numbers for her opening weekend could look like, knowing that she has this massive fan base that will support her come hell or high water, and also knowing that we don't even know what the movie could be about or if she actually has the chops when it comes to directing a feature film. Thanks.
All right. Thanks a lot for calling that in. And, you know, this came up last week. For those of you who missed the news, it was announced that Searchlight, now under Disney, since Disney acquired Fox and Searchlight was owned by Fox, Searchlight Pictures has officially announced Taylor Swift is going to be making her directorial debut for a full-length feature film based on a script that apparently she has written. Now, I probably surprised a lot of you when I told you I wasn't against this, because like Chris pointed out, a really valid point, that she's just following the same kind of career path that a lot of other directors have done. Do some music videos, do a short film or two, and then take a crack at a feature film. And I'm all for a first-time director doing a smaller, independent style of feature film, like a Searchlight picture. That's the perfect place. You know, you don't want her coming out of the gate and doing Avengers 5 or something like that.
Fantastic Four by Taylor Swift.
Fantastic Four, directed by Taylor Swift. All the Fantastic Four are her ex-boyfriends, and they all learned how wrong they were and how badly they treated her.
Loki was one of them, wasn't he?
What's that?
Yeah.
Wasn't Tom Hiddleston?
I think so.
That could
Yeah.
get juicy.
So I'm actually like, I'm all for it. Go ahead. And if she's got the chops, great. And if she doesn't, fine. No big deal. But one of the questions that has come up a lot is, you know, is this thing a guaranteed blockbuster, whatever it is? Because you ain't wrong. This woman kind of rules the world right now. Like, I have never in my life heard of a single music artist holding all 10 spots on the top 10 chart at the same time. Never happened before. I don't think it'll ever happen again. It's absolutely nuts. Her popularity is unmatched. So does that automatically mean the opening weekend box office of whatever her movie's going to be called is going to be huge because, like you mentioned, she has armies of fans? I'd pump the brakes on that a little bit. I would pump the brakes on that a little bit, and here's why. Obviously, on the one hand, she has a massive following. She has very loyal and dedicated fans who are going to support, what do they call themselves? Swifters?
Swifties?
Swifties. They call themselves Swifties that will support whatever she does, whenever she does it. Absolutely. But what history has taught us is that people who are fans of individuals tend to generally just be fans of those individuals doing the things they do. Here's a good example. That piece of shit, Chris Brown. He did like some dance movie. I can't remember the name of it. Do you remember? This is like 10 years ago. He did like some dance competition movie. It was a narrative feature film, and they put Chris Brown. Chris Brown was real big at the time. Nobody went to go see the movie, despite the fact that he had armies and armies of things. I think that's mainly because the people who are fans of Chris Brown are fans of Chris Brown doing the things Chris Brown does, singing and dancing and beating up women, apparently. So they weren't really looking for Chris Brown, the movie star or whatever. We've seen lots of other examples of that. Cutter Hale's got the name of it, Battle of the Year. Yes, that was it. Battle of the Year was the name of the one I was thinking of. Yes. So anyway, we've seen other examples of people who are big major stars. Hell, I remember a bunch of years, 10 years ago, a bunch of movie studios tried to get big YouTubers. Remember that? There was a beat there where a couple of studios are trying to get big, massive YouTubers and making their own thing. I remember they made like a horror film, like with like 8 of the biggest YouTubers in the world. Nobody saw it.
Yeah.
Nobody. That's not because those people weren't legitimately popular. It's just that the people who follow them like them in that thing. I'll give you another example, a little more close to home. You guys know, I think the best film critic on YouTube is Jeremy Jahns. I think the best pure movie critic is Jeremy. Him and Chris Stuckman are both absolutely fantastic. They're two polar opposites of each other. They both approach film punditry very differently. They both have huge audiences. Obviously, I know both of them. And Jeremy actually worked for me for a while when we were over at Collider. And our thought was, well, Jeremy has such a huge audience doing his movie reviews. Let's bring him onto Movie Talk, and he'll be great. And some of that audience will come over with him as well. So it was worth the investment for us. And while Jeremy was great on our show, I loved having Jeremy on that show. The reality was his channel's audience didn't really follow him over.
Mm-hmm. It was the people who liked both. If they liked our show and Jeremy, they were hyped.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely they were. But the people who were just there for his very quick, rapid style, quick cut reviews that are so funny, engaging, stuff like that. That's what they want to see Jeremy doing.
Right.
And I remember, Jeremy and I had dinner one night, and he kind of pointed out, he said, I just think my fans like seeing me do what I normally do. And I think that was a great example of that. All that is to say this. I think it's folly just to assume that because Taylor Swift has a lot of huge, massive fan base, that de facto automatically that means that they're going to come over and watch a movie that she directs when she's probably not even going to be in the movie or on screen. I'm not saying that the movie won't do well. It very well could be great. It might be best picture of the year for all we know. We don't know anything, but I just think as a starting point, assuming that massive audience of hers will just come over because she's popular, we've seen a lot of test cases that show that doesn't necessarily hold true. So we'll see. Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. This holiday season, the best deal in wireless can only be found at Mint Mobile. Right now, when you switch to Mint Mobile and buy any 3-month plan, you get another 3 months for free. Mint Mobile lets you order and activate from home with eSIM, while saving tons on phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know I've been using Mint Mobile long before this holiday deal, and I have to say it is the perfect time to switch. I have absolutely loved using Mint Mobile, and like I've told you guys many times, I am now spending less than 1/3 of what I used to spend under one of the other major mobile carriers. And now with the whole buy 3 months, get 3 months free deal, it's even better. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily and effortlessly with eSIM. Or if you need a new device, for a limited time, get 6 months of free service when you buy a select device and plan. So guys, for a limited time, buy any 3-month Mint Mobile plan and get 3 more months for free by going to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. I don't know, Rob, we talked about this last week about the Taylor Swift take, but do you think that the studio can safely assume that they're going to get a big turnout no matter what opening weekend? Do you think they should be more cautious about that? What do you think?
Well, on one hand, obviously you have to make a good movie. At the end of the day, the movie has to be good. However, that said, Taylor Swift in her songs is a storyteller. And, judging from the short film she made that Sadie Sink is in and looking at her music videos and the people that she has access to, I think that her brand of storytelling, her brand of emotion, her brand of heartbreak, whatever it is she's talking about, if she can translate that message and inject that kind of emotionality into whatever story she's telling. Because, look, if she's going to go out and make some epic sci-fi film, I think she's not going to have a great audience, as good as her sci-fi movie might be. But if she can make The Notebook, whatever that is, whatever the Taylor Swift version of The Notebook is, and she casts somebody like a Ryan Gosling and the Taylor Swift proxy, whoever that actress is going to be, that's who I'm going to find to be most fascinating. If she does that, she's going to make $1 billion.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the movie has to, if she makes the great tragic, if it's Ryan O'Neal and Ally McGraw in Love Story, and that film was huge. If anyone is poised, but again, would I like to see a Taylor Swift erotic thriller? I kind of would, but I don't think her audience would necessarily. What they want to see, well,
Chris isn't so sure.
What they want to see is wrenching emotion and heartbreak and and girl power and whatever she's going to do. And if she doesn't, man,
So it would be 50 Shades.
I think she's going to make a lot of money.
Chris, what do you think about this? Do you think that Searchlight at this point can just assume a certain high level of box office return just from her name being attached?
I think there's an expectation for sure, because I do lean towards Rob here of her music videos are already a spectacle that people really tune into. She really has a lovely artistic eye. She's a great storyteller, and she's become a really strong visual storyteller too. It's not just that she lyrically excels. Now she understands this medium very, very well. So I'm really excited to see what she does with a full-length feature, and I think a lot of other people are too. Does this guarantee like a box office smash? Not necessarily. Obviously, winning is what is going to cure everything here, right? We are going to have a really quality product come from her. But that opening weekend, I think, is going to be very strong. The Swifties are taking down Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
Come on, they can take down the box office too.
Plus, can you imagine the promo tour she's going to go on for that movie?
Oh, it'll be
Ooh.
huge.
She'll be I wouldn't be surprised if she gives like free concerts in Madison Square Garden or something like that.
Just to promote
So
the
excited
movie.
for
Yeah.
her Hot Ones promoting this.
Oh,
It's so good. Man.
All right, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this? I think it's great that Taylor Swift is going to try directing. She's done it the absolute right way. She's built up slowly, done short films, going to start with a smaller film. I think it's the right approach to it. But can the studio just count on, because she's popular, that a lot of those people will come over from her music to see her movie? Historically, that hasn't always worked out, but maybe in this case, I mean, Taylor Swift is a different kind of creature. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.